All right. Howdy, howdy, everyone. Jerry's cousin here. First of all, happy Easter. It's been a nice Easter, at least for my case. I hope you guys have been having a pretty nice Easter. A few things I want to go over today. It looks as if like 3 days away from the closed alpha access, which is huge. Um, these 3 days definitely feel the longest. I'm most certainly excited. I still have yet to receive my code, nor have my friends have actually received a code either. So looking a little, looking a little, yeah, definitely a little scared. But either way, if we don't get access to it, perfectly fine. Access goes all the way up to May 4th, and then after that, I know a beta is right around the corner. So, and also with that, the release is like in September as well. I believe it's September 23rd or 25th, the same day that Borderlands 4 will be released. So it's really not that far away. Still something to look forward to. But anyways, 3 more days left to the marathon closed alpha. Check your emails, everyone. For those that have signed up through joining the Discord and then getting the link. Once you do that, you'll be prompted into the Bungie place, and they'll fill a whole survey for the marathon. So hope you guys have gotten access to that. Definitely looking forward to it and hoping to see all you there. A few things as well. This is what it would look like for you when you have actually been selected through your email. Say congratulations, you've been selected to participate in Marathon Closed Alpha Set, which is really cool. So you just click the button, sign up. So you do have to log in with a Bungie.net account. This isn't like you link a Steam account. Well, I mean, your Bungie.net will be linked to Steam, but essentially you will need a Bungie account. So I was a little bit wondering about that. I know last video we kind of covered how the alpha test would kind of look like, so definitely wanted to go over that. Few other things as well in regards to the news. I wanted to kind of go over how the raids and PvE kind of like essentially kind of how they work in the extraction genre. Now, Tarkov does have something kind of like this a little bit. Now, they don't have the extent of like an actual raid or dungeon. Tarkov kind of has more of a quest-oriented end game, I would say. Like it's an end game progression that leads to this ongoing quest, and typically towards the end of the season. And during a wipe, they kind of wrap it up a little bit or feed into like the next wipe and so on. So it's really cool. Tarkov definitely has a good story with it. Now, when it comes to Marathon, what I'm really interested in seeing is how this actually is going to work. And a lot of people are saying it's going to be more of an Easter egg, like a Call of Duty Easter egg. Call of Duty Black Ops. It's something that's going to be like in the game, but not very aware about. You kind of just have to figure it out, play on the same map for a good bit of time. And the PvE and all that stuff with the PvE raids and the Easter eggs kind of orientating. I'm really wanting to see how this will all work out. Like maybe, you fill out you complete the Easter egg, and next thing you know, you get shot up into like a marathon or something, and then maybe that's how they introduce the four. I've had a lot of brainstorming on this of how this can kind of work, and I can definitely see us completing an Easter egg here, and then we get shot up somewhere in the marathon, and then as we're on the marathon, we then discover, oh shit, who are these guys? And it's the four. That's maybe how they want to, showcase the, the four in the game. So definitely pretty excited about it. Dynamic weather. Tarkov has dynamic weather, which is really cool. I love dynamic weather in these types of games. Rain, snow. Tarkov recently added snow. I believe like a little bit last year they added snow, and dude, it was so cool. It was so fucking cool. So I hope we get something like that in Marathon. So definitely excited. The next thing I kind of wanted to go over is Marathon is not going to be having a single player campaign. So what exactly does that mean? Um, to be honest, I really don't care about a single player campaign. It's not that big of a deal, and I don't know why we're making a big deal about this. And of course, Bungie is notorious for making single player campaigns with the Halo series. Destiny, not so much because it's an online multiplayer game. But like, what don't we understand? It's a multiplayer extraction shooter, okay? And we're confused as to why there's no single player campaign. Like that doesn't really make sense. Why are we like, we're just reaching at this point. Like, these people are just reaching, and I mean, Game Rant is pretty pretty out there for like literally reaching at stuff and doing the best they can to kind of like get under the dirt and just kind of throw stuff out. I don't really like game rant, to be honest, because of stupid shit like this. And I mean, I read through all of this, and it doesn't make a single good point. Like, I mean, it's comparing a little bit games to Final Fantasy 14, and just kind of, it's just stupid. It's just all this. I don't know who wrote this, but this is just stupid. This is sad. This is really really stupid. Like, you have not seen the trailers. You have not seen any type of interview about the game. You have not heard anything about the game. You've literally have just watched a YouTube video about someone complaining about it, and then you make your own. Oh, Marathon is a Bungie game. Marathon is not gonna have single player campaign. Gotta write this one out. It's just so stupid. It's just going to be like this always. We digress more and more, not only as humanity, but as gamers in itself. And seeing stuff like this just gives the gaming community, and especially the Bungie community, just a bad rap and a bad taste. Personally, I see it as, because it's not that big of a deal. Get over it, okay? Not every game needs to have single player campaign. It's a multiplayer extraction. That's what they've said since the beginning. That's what they've always said. It's a multiplayer extraction shooter. That is the genre. That is the focus of the game. In no words did they say anything about adding like a single player campaign. They even said in a tweet recently that they would not be adding solo only offline PvE modes at the moment, and that they want to focus on the core of the game, and that's multiplayer. I'd rather play a game, and this is something that Destiny has done wrong, okay? Listen to this. I'd rather play a game right now in the state. If Bungie is, but which we'll use Marathon as an example. Bungie says they're going to make a multiplayer extraction shooter game. Marathon. Okay, cool. Where's a single player? If I'm like a single player fanatic and I want to play solo in a multiplayer game, which is primarily focuses on multiplayer, I'm going to be like, okay, so where's the solo at? Okay. This is the part where I sit there and kind of like scratch my head, okay? So they said not at the moment, okay? That doesn't mean it's not to come, but wouldn't you rather have a game perfect one thing before going to the next? Because Destiny is so famous for doing the exact opposite of that. Destiny would be like, here's Gambit, but real fast, before we touch that, let's look at this. We've been working 7 years on this activity. And we've been working like 2 years on this activity. Take a look at that. We just gave you, and the people that enjoyed Gambit, like, okay, cool, this is fun, nice, and then there's all this stuff that is thrown at you to kind of like, wrap this whole community of Destiny players together, and it's like you're upsetting people because you're not perfecting one thing for the next. You are pushing, and pushing. You're just pushing shit out there so that you can have more people to play the game, and in the long run, you don't have that many people playing the game because people are dissatisfied with the amount of lack effort you're putting into things because you just want to push stuff, and that's all you want to do is push stuff. So take Marathon, which genuinely is a path to success. This game is a gold mine, absolutely. This game, like, if if we go back to the early 2000s where someone was, I forgot his name, but he was like, buy Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin of gaming right now. And it's going to take a while to really pop off, but I truly believe this game would be, the Bitcoin of the gaming community. I truly believe this game will skyrocket. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay, I'm not ashamed to admit that I would be wrong about something. It's not that big of a deal. But truly, I believe this game will succeed in every single way. And in a lot of these videos where people were saying, this game's going to fail, I just think they don't know what they're talking about, and they should really do their research and do some homework. In my previous videos, if you'd like to go watch them, I have several bulleted point lists of what I've gotten over. I've even sent links. I've even showed links. I've even given you guys the Tarkov, because apparently we don't know how to type in www.tarkov.com. I'm sorry, battlestategames.com. But I went over a lot of stuff with you guys, and I'm going to keep going over a lot of stuff because this game deserves a lot of attention and deserves a lot of hype right now. Again, the game is not for everyone, and if you're going to counter argument with that, like that's bad marketing, it's not. It's really not, because you haven't played Tarkov and you don't know what Tarkov is, because that is the pinnacle peak of extraction shooters. That is the game of extraction shooters. And if you played that, you would understand, wow, this game really is not for everyone. So take that and brush it out. So anyways, Again, this is a multiplayer only game. If you want to play solo, too bad. You're going to have to wait because I don't think we're going to get a single player campaign anytime soon. I can see in the long run maybe like an offline mode. I can totally see that. If if there's persistent issues within the community where they want more of an offline setting, I can definitely see Bungie giving us that. But as of right now, no, no, because that's not the core focus of the game. The core focus of the game is perfecting the thing that they are trying to get out the most, and that is an extraction multiplayer shooter in teams of three, where you have to coordinate. And this whole prox chat thing is honest to God ridiculous. Like I'm all about proximity. Excuse me. I'm all about proximity chat, but it's not really that big of a deal because I rarely use it at time. Like I don't really use it. Um, People are like it's a deal breaker. It's not a deal breaker because like I mean I get it. You know, prox chat is useful for a lot of things, but it's not really the theme of an extraction shooter. Like I recall many times where I use prox chat in Tarkov, and then you build a friend for like 2 seconds, and then you walk in front of him, and he just unloads into you, and then you know you're just dead. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I don't use it because it's a waste of time. And it's not also to protect the mentally unstable gamers that you know are very sensitive, and you know people are going to scream on the mic at each other. I mean, like, yeah, I can see that you know being bothering, but honest to God, it's just how the world is. You know, it's not that big of a deal. Just all you got to do is just mute someone. That's it. Problem solved. Mute, report, move on, get over it. It's whatever. But really, the main issue with proc chat is I believe it will take the fear factor away. Extraction shooters are very, very intense. They have a lot going. You know, you got loot that you want to extract with. You have a lot going for that, so you want to get out as quickly as possible. Now, I'm not focusing on talking to someone that runs by my way. I'm focused on getting my loot and making sure my team's with me and securing my exfil. That's what I'm focused on. I don't care about talking to people around me. If I see someone move, I'm going to shoot him on sight. That's how it is. That's the game because no one else in this game matters except me and my team and us getting out. That's all that matters. Proc chat with your team absolutely should be a thing. If you're going to queue up and matchmake, you should be able to talk to your teammates. 100% believe in that. But you should not be able to talk to the random people. I just want to say, okay, I guess they're called runners. Yeah, I was going to say PMCs, but yeah, I should not be able to talk to the other runners because they are my enemy, and you know, you're going to kill my enemy. That's how it is. So that's just where I'm at with it. Again, this game got a lot going for it, so really excited to see what's going to happen in the next 3 days. Hopefully we get access to it so I can show you guys some gameplay and some content. I will be live on Twitch when it does come out. And if I do get access to it, I got my Twitch link below if you do want to check that out. I would greatly appreciate it. So hopefully we do get some content for the game. Very excited for this game. Been super into it for the past few years and watching it and just keeping an eye on it. So definitely excited for it. So if you guys have any comments, leave them down below. If you just want to give a little like on this video, I'd appreciate it as well. But anyways, I hope you guys have had a great Easter today. I appreciate the love and support, and I hope you guys have a good one. See you later.